Pikes had a bit of a rough patch in Total War Rome 2. They went from being very good from the front to super unresponsive and not really able to kill anything. So what we're going to do here is we're going to rush units straight into Pikes and see how well they hold in different formations. So here a Pike unit 2 ranks deep is being penetrated instantly by a terrible melee unit in the Preventores. And the Gothic Levy, these are Gothic pikemen. The Goths have some of the best pikes in the game and the most pike variety. These are very cheap units, potentially useful against cavalry, but enemy units are going to be able to penetrate them very easily, even frontally, when they are spread 2 ranks deep. So let's see what happens to our Gothic pikes when they are 3 ranks deep. Then they have 3 pikes protruding from the front. They're going to be attacked by Palatina. Palatina, not great melee infantry, only 2 charge bonus, but they have some decent defensive stats. Charging in and penetrating the pikes. They're taking casualties, but they're able to push in and destroy the pikes. And the pikes have poor health, poor armor, poor melee defense. The second units start getting into them, they're going to drop super quickly. Over here we have Pikes Gothic Levy in 5 ranks deep. They are only really able to fight 3 ranks deep, or maybe 4 ranks. They're actually able to poke 4 ranks deep here. But the first rank is engaged, so the Palatina, while they are taking casualties, the Gothic Levy is not going to have a good time here. So in a deep formation, more pikes are going to be able to fight, but it would be so easy to spread out these units and to just destroy the pikes frontally. But the thing is, you don't even need to spread out too thin to defeat pikes frontally. These Palatina only took 27 casualties. These Preventores are going to take a bit more casualties from the pikes that are deeper, but again, a deeper pike formation means that yes, you have more pikes fighting, but you also open yourself up to getting flanked. So the Preventores are not a great unit. They are actually doing work on this Gothic Levy frontally. Over here we also have a very deep formation of Gothic Levy. A lot of Gothic Levy able to fight, but it won't help them much. They're going to get absolutely wrecked. This Preventore unit might actually lose here. It was running, it is exhausted, so that's not going to help it. Fatigue is massive here, so these units are probably doing a bit worse than they would if they were fresh when they reached the pikes. But it still makes the point fairly decisively. Pikes take casualties casualties due to the precursor javelins and darts, and then they just start dying massively, especially when they're spread 2 ranks deep. 3 ranks deep, they do a bit better against, this is a cohorse against Gothic pikemen. Gothic pikemen, decent pikes, but not great, and again, getting flanked. This is just not going to end well for the Gothic pikes. The cohorse took a lot of damage here, actually. And might just lose this engagement against these pikes. But it's not reliable, it's not certain. You cannot count on being able to win with pikes, even frontally. And Armenian King is being super nice here because he isn't deploying wide, so he isn't able to wrap around as effectively as he would otherwise. Over here, the Gothic pikes actually managed to win, so that's amazing. Here we are 5 ranks deep with Gothic pikes against Protectores Domestici, or Domestici maybe. The Gothic pikes are holding out, but barely.
Enemy units have been rallied.
They're actually able to do quite well here against cohorts frontally. Here comes the most interesting thing in my opinion. Here we have heavy pikes, elite Ostrogothic pikes, being charged frontally, 2 ranks deep. So they are doing damage to the Eastern Armored Legio, but the Legio is able to penetrate, and oh man, those elite Ostrogothic pikes are going to die fast. Same thing over here, a bit deeper formation, but the elite Ostrogothic pikes are taking a beating. And this is not even wrapping around the unit. These pikes are fighting out of phalanx. See how they do out of phalanx. Out of phalanx, they're not really killing anything. But in phalanx, they are the elite
The men are broken and running for their
Ostrogothic
lives.
pikes are getting some kills here. Some of the pikes, it looks like they were doing well, but the follow-up from these units just
The
absolutely
men are
destroys
losing faith.
destroys the pikes.
The men have thrown down their
And
weapons
same
and
here,
are fleeing.
Numeroi against elite Ostrogothic pikes. The elite Ostrogothic pikes get wrecked. Same thing over here. Elite Ostrogothic pikes get wrecked, and of course the
men are
pikes
broken and
outside
running
of
for their
phalanx,
lives.
they're not getting any kills here, so they're doing a horrible job. Overall, pikes still underwhelming. Even if an enemy charges straight into the pikes, yes, he's going to take unnecessary casualties, but you're not going to
men
be
are
able to
breaking off.
block enemy infantry from getting to your army with pikemen. The pikemen are kind of cheap, so it could be argued whether this is a cost-effective engagement, but if you spread thin, if you're going to lose formation, if you wrap around the pikes, they're just going to die horribly, and you don't really need to fear pikes in this game. You can rush infantry straight into pikes and expect to come out on top. Not the most cost-effective engagement for these cheaper infantry units, because they are going to lose a lot of men, and in some engagements the pikes are actually going to win. If you're 2 ranks deep, pikes are going to be penetrated very easily. 3 to 4 ranks deep seems to be the ideal that allows the most men to fight frontally and also gives you a nice frontage. But still, I mean, enemy infantry is going to be able to wrap around your flanks, and pikes are still not great. They're still unresponsive. They're still super hard to make efficient use of on the battlefield. Strength and honor.